Joe Burrow has grade 3 turf toe. Let's talk about what that means for fantasy football. First of all, if you own Joe Burrow, do not drop him just yet. Yes, it is marked as a grade 3 turf toe injury, which can take 3 months or be a season-ending surgery, but he's going to get a second opinion. That could change the diagnosis. Turf toe sounds like a joke, and it's easy to make fun of Joe Burrow, but at the same time, it is a very serious and very painful injury you can get to your toe that does just take a really long time to recover. The only reason it's called turf toe is because there is higher impact when you're on AstroTurf, and this leads to 40% more turf toe injuries on this surface than compared to grass. Basically, he just blew out his big toe, tore a bunch of ligaments likely. Let's jump into what this means for your Bengals fantasy players. I'll preface this saying that the Bengals offense is a very interesting one because my AI projections had them as one of the worst offensive lines in the NFL and also one of the worst defenses in the NFL, which is a little of a mixed bag. They'll throw the ball a lot, but they'll also face a higher injury risk and a higher turnover risk than most offenses. Jake Browning is worth a pickup, especially in 2 QB leagues. He looked solid, he looks confident, like he can throw the ball down the field, but don't expect everything to stay the same for this Bengals offense. I had Jamar Chase as the #1 overall player in my rankings, which are available here at fansports.com, but I am downgrading him just slightly, probably below CD Lamb, because I'm a little bit worried now about the Bengals being uncompetitive and Jamar Chase wanting to rest if he gets a little banged up towards the end of the season in fantasy playoffs. We did see from a production standpoint, though, that he can go off even without Joe Burrow. He had a great game today. I expect more great games to come. T. Higgins, on the other hand, I'm a little bit more skeptical about. He had a very poor performance today, besides it's sort of a fluke where 2 defenders ran into each other on his 40-yard touchdown. He was a top 7 wide receiver last season in points per game, but we're going to see a drop-off this year, especially with Browning as the QB. He's more of a boom-bust wide receiver 3 at this point, which bums me out because I did target him in a couple leagues. Chase Brown is another guy that I really liked before, but now that this offense gets a bit of an overall downgrade with Browning, I'm not so confident about him. What he has going for him is that the offense can still get the ball down the field, he'll have some touchdown opportunities, and he's got no real competition for carries or receiving. That's why I had him as high as the RB6 at one point, but now he drops down to more of a high-end RB2, mid-tier RB2. I'm also going to note that I'm a little bit worried even about Jake Browning in this offense because this offensive line is atrocious. It's one of the worst in the NFL. He was getting beat up in his limited game action today, and we could see another injury. Hope not. So one turf toe injury was all it took to make the Bengals offense go from a fantasy gold mine to an offense that I feel a little bit shaky about, especially as the season winds down, injuries pile up, and everything happens there. If you want to see where I rank these Bengals players and the rest of everyone else in the NFL for fantasy football purposes, it's all available here at fansports.com and get rest of season rankings. I'm updating every single day. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay learning. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Oh wait, and before I forget, 36%.